Talk with the Cowboy.
Welcome and thanks for riding with the Cowboy. Well, we got a lot to cover tonight, so we'll get right on it. We have the Buccaneers mini camp this week, mandatory mini camp over at One Buck Place. Everybody's there except Randy Gregory, our new. He signed defensive end. He missed the first one yesterday. We're going for about a week. No pads, so no hitting, just running drills. Running plays and getting accustomed to the Cohen offense and some of these kind of, rookies back out there. All the rookies, of course, all the free agents. So it's a non-contact mini camp. Everybody's there. Everybody's doing fine. No other great news. No big news. No big news really from One Buck Place except for Randy Gregory was a no-show. That's no big deal. Excuse me. In other sports, the Tampa Bay Rays beat the Chicago Cubs last night on a 2-run Brandon Lau home run in the bottom of the ninth. A much-needed win. They lost 4 games to the Baltimore Orioles at home over the weekend, starting Friday night. They lost every single game. Went 0 for 4. So they needed a win. They got one against the Cubs last night. And tonight, of course, over at Tropicana Field, they'll play the Cubs again. So we hope that they get another win and start picking up some momentum. But we love the Rays. We love all our Tampa sports teams. But we keep it real with the Sports Talk with the Cowboy. We're going to keep it real with you. Don't look for the Tampa Bay Rays in the World Series. Could it happen? Yes. Is it going to happen? No. Okay, this team is just not talented enough to be a competitor with the great teams that are in baseball. There's top tier, there's middle tier, there's low tier. It's on any given night whether we're in the low or the middle tier. Certainly not in the top tier, okay? And when you play the Orioles this weekend against a top-tier team, they beat us in every aspect of the game, 4 straight games. So that just goes to tell you where we are. We're almost halfway through the season, and this is where we are. Don't expect no World Series championships, not that we wouldn't like one, but it's just it is what it is. We've lost 4 games, we won 1. Let's try to win 2 before we go on another 4 or 5 game losing streak. No consistently good starting pitching, no good consistent bullpen, and if you get both of those to click, you got no offense that can score. Got no hitters of consistency, and not that good a defensive play. Just average or a little bit above average defensive play in the pro ranks. So this team is not a top tier team. Don't want to have no misconceptions with you. Hope they play good against the Cubs. Hope we can get a victory tonight. But, it is what it is, and we all seen what it is, and that's what it's going to be. Randy Arozarena, our great superstar, is hitting below 200, okay? He's at about 170, okay? So, and the absolute fail line's 200, so that just gives you an idea. But that's where the Rays are. We're in 5th place in a 5-team division. We're at the bottom of the East of the American League. We hope that we can get out of the cellar and catch up with the Blue Jays and move on up the line in that division. As far as hockey goes, no news on Steve Stamkos' free agent deal. It's going to have to be before July. We're still in June. I'm sure negotiations are taking place behind the scenes with Steven Stamkos to get him back as a captain to the Tampa Bay Lightning in the hockey program. As far as NASCAR in Sonoma, California this week, Kyle Lawson beat Michael McDowell, our guy, out in California in a road race. This week they're going to be in Iowa. I'd be remiss if I don't mention the 24-hour Le Mans, the oldest endurance race in the world, over in France. Starts Saturday, ends Sunday, runs 24 hours on an 8-mile track in downtown roadway. The most prestigious endurance race in the world, 24 hours of Le Mans, this weekend. And also the U.S. Open. It's going to be a tough U.S. Open. Me and BJ actually talked about the greens. Watched the video where they dropped the ball and the ball went 20 feet off the green. It's slick. I've never seen anything like it, quite like it. You can see it. It's sure going to shock you. But U.S. Open, one of the 4 major golf championships of the year. And, of course, the PGA Championship's been done. The Masters was the first. Today, this is the U.S. Open this weekend. And then we've got one more over in England, the British Open. That'll be the big 4. So it's a big golf weekend. Some good golf for Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the Buck supporters and all the fathers, grandfathers, people that are mentors to people. They are their fathers. Happy Father's Day to everybody this weekend. Now we're going to go to our questions. The first question is from Diane. She wanted to know me what I thought about Stewart Haas Racing and NASCAR shutting down. Uh, Diane, I think it got too expensive for Tony Stewart. He's married to a drag racer and he owns a drag race team. I think he's moving into the drag racing and wanting to get out of the NASCAR. And he could get rid of his charters at about $25 million a piece, and he's selling them. And he's selling his garages and everything else. He's going to come out of there with about $300 million. He's getting out, okay, because NASCAR is getting too expensive. It's just getting too expensive. Diane said he wanted out. He wanted to deal out. And when you see the big players dealing the cards into the middle of the table and saying, I'm stepping away from the table with whatever I've got left, then something's wrong with your product. And I think NASCAR is going to have to face up to where they are in their tracks and their scheduling and the expense to run a car to what they're paying in prize money. They'll have to come to grips with it. But that's what happened, Diane, with Tony Stewart. Sad to see him go, but he is definitely, Diane, gone. And the next question is from Brad. And Brad wanted to know if there's any pitchers or players that are coming back to the Rays that could help the Rays. Certainly, Brad, there's many pitchers that can come back to the Rays. We got a bunch of them that are on the rehabilitation trail that could probably come back. I don't see any hitting coming up that's going to help us as far as bats in the lineup. If you've noticed, Kevin Cash, he's changing players around and changing them in the lineup to try to shake up a little bit of something. We've got a couple new names up in that lineup. Sure, he'll bring them up if he can. But I don't think it'll be enough, Brad. I don't think it'll be enough to make a charge to try to make a pennant run. I just don't think so. God bless you, Brad, for your question. And the last one is from Denise. And Denise wanted to know what I thought of the NFL schedule with the Bucs. Denise, we got a tough schedule. We play the 49ers. We play the Rams. We play the Kansas City Chiefs. We play the Bills. We play the Giants. We play the Falcons twice, the Saints twice. We got a tough schedule. We went deep in the playoffs last year, and when you go deep in the playoffs, you get a tough schedule. And we went deep, and we got a tough one. So every week's going to be a tough game. There's no getting around it, Denise. It's going to be a long, tough season. We got to take them one game at a time. We got a good team. I think we got a good offensive coordinator, Liam Cohen. I think we got Baker back. All these players have got years on the contract. They ain't got to worried about money. They just get out there and play. I think they've got cohesiveness. They played together last year, went a good long way. And but we got a tough schedule. There's no doubt whatsoever about that. God bless you, Denise, for your question. DJX, what you got for me tonight?
Well, Cowboy, you know what it is. Let's get right off into it, buddy. Excuse me. Let me shift the lane right quick. Sean O'Malley wants Jake Paul in an attempt to save the UFC.
Yeah, anything to save the UFC, I'm all for it. Let's go. I mean, anything that can. All it is entertainment television anyhow. If they're entertainers, so let's let them entertain. And if they can bring one from one genre to fight the other one to make a bigger pay-per-view event, go for it. Go for it.
What you think about the Paul Tyson fight coming up?
Yeah, I think Tyson's out to make a buck. I don't think it's going to be much of a. I think Tyson's past his prime and he knows it, but his name's Tyson. You know what I mean? I think Manny Pacquiao's name's out there too. You know, he come back and fight for 175 years. Yeah. I mean, not really, but a long time. And Mike ain't fought a lot, so maybe Mike go out there and make it a good fight.
Mike gonna go out there and brutalize that cat.
Sure he will. But he's not competitively boxing anymore. I mean,
but he ain't gonna be no slouch.
No.
No.
Not
by far. All right, let's move this train along. All right, Bronny, a round 2 pick in mock. LeBron.
Yeah, well, his daddy's LeBron James.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's all it is. His daddy's LeBron James. And so we're gonna pick him. He played 1 year at USC and half the year he was on medical out because of his heart. Okay.
Yeah. I remember that.
But his daddy is LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that the Lakers and Jenny Buss, who owns the Lakers, who owns LeBron's contract, probably, will say, hey, we're going to go get him. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way it is because he wants him on the team with LeBron. LeBron wants to play with his son. Okay, so.
So he was drafted to that team.
He will be when the draft comes, I'm sure.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, he's not the top 10 player. He's not LeBron coming out of high school He's not Magic. He's not Kobe. He's not none of those. Okay. He's second tier. Okay. He got a half a year of college basketball, which he was okay.
Yeah.
He was okay. Had good ball skills. Guess where he got it from? I mean, is he top 20 player? No. Would a team really go after him? The Lakers would.
So he getting special privilege.
Could he be molded with his daddy into a greater player?
Yeah.
Certainly. Is everybody going to run and push people out of the way to get him on their team? Absolutely not. Could he break a starting lineup of a good team? Probably not. But he could learn from his daddy and get better at it. And his daddy wants to play on the court with his son. So you know what the Lakers are going to do? They're going to tell everybody, hey, we want him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right. Let's move right along. Patriots attendance. Edge rusher returns for final minicamp.
I'm glad that he did return. That edge rusher, that they need him to come into camp, turn in and try out and get cohesiveness with that new coaching staff. And the Patriots have not had a new coach in over 20 years. And Bill Belichick's not there anymore, so this is something he needs to do. Get back in there in camp. They got a draft pick as a quarterback. They've changed their quarterback. They've changed their coaches.
Yeah.
He needs to get back in there. In the mini camp, it's not going to hurt you. You're running around out in shorts and his T-shirts. You're not hitting anybody.
Right.
You're running through cones and you're running across. Okay?
Drills.
It's drills. It's not training camp.
Drills.
Yeah.
All right. Major League Baseball builds all vibes team. And what does that mean for the MLB?
Not much. The MLB has a tough time of it. They're like any other sport in the world. There's only one major sport, and it's a lot bigger than the other three. And anytime they step up or hook up or scratch their nose like this, the other ones don't exist. No how. If all three of them got together with all the talent and all the fans they had, this one could do just like this right here. It's called the NFL. Okay? So whatever they're doing, and the MLB, this vibes thing is getting a little bizarre. But, whatever they want to do, anything they can do for attendance. Anything they can do for attendance. Anything they can do to make the game more interesting to the networks that's paying them.
Right.
God bless them.
Right on. All right. Let's shift it back this way. PGA. New ball. It rolls. It's called fast greens.
These fast greens that I've seen on YouTube are more than fast. They shock me. I seen a guy drop a ball maybe 15 inches to hit the ground. This ball rolled 20 feet, 25 feet. You wouldn't believe it. You have to see it on YouTube. Go to YouTube and find that ball dropping on these greens like he's talking about. You'll see that in this week's U.S. Open. When they hit that ball down there and it lands like we regular golf course, it's going to land up there on that green and stick within a foot of the hole. When it hits and it rolls 25 feet or 30 feet the other direction, you can say, what? You heard it here first. You heard it from DJ X and myself.
Let me ask you this. With a ball like that, I'm sure that the actual player will have to adjust his shot. But that's legal?
Apparently if the PGA have the course designed for that to happen, a fast green, that it would roll that way, then that's what it is. And like we know, they're going to play 4 rounds, the first one on Thursday, so they're going to learn it. Like you said, by Friday, it's the second round. By Saturday, they've been in there 3 times. By the 4th round on Sunday, if they make the cut Saturday, they'll know that course. Like you said, they'll adjust. But there's still going to be one of them errant shots. It's going to say, whoa, where'd that ball go?
Right. Enhanced golf. What do you know? All right. That's what I got for you tonight, Cowboy.
Well, God bless you, DJ X. Thank every one of you for watching the show. Continue to comment. Continue to send your questions in. Continue to watch Sports Talk with the Cowboy. Continue to support our Tampa sports. Happy Father's Day to each and every father out there. And until next time, God bless you, Cowboy out.
Have you ever had a dream that you could do you want him to do you so much you could do anything?